Before we jump into the story, let's meet our contenders. On one side, we have the Eastern European powerhouse Vitali Dr. Iron Fist Klitschko, holder of the WBO Championship and looking for his third title defense inside 5 months. Klitschko, known for his devastating knockout power, was a force to be reckoned with in the heavyweight division, with 27 fights to his name, all wins and all 27 by way of knockout. On the other side, the 1992 Olympic silver medalist and technically skilled Chris Rapid Fire Byrd, an American southpaw known for his speed, agility and slick boxing style. Byrd's ability to outmaneuver opponents made him a unique challenge for any heavyweight. Byrd would come in a much smaller fighter, standing just over 6 foot and over 30 pounds lighter than the massive Eastern European, a challenge for any fighter. Welcome back to Below the Belt Boxing. I'm Frank Monroe here at the newest boxing channel on the block. Today we're turning back the clock to revisit one of the most intriguing matchups in heavyweight history. The Man Mountain Vitali Klitschko versus the slick Chris Byrd. A fight that is made more famous for the injury than it is the fight itself. Let's turn the clock back to the year 2000, when the millennium was upon us and a new dawn of heavyweight fighter was just arising. Leading up to this showdown, Vitali Klitschko was on a path of destruction, demolishing opponents with his formidable size and power. Undefeated and with a menacing presence in the ring, Klitschko's journey to the top had captured the attention of boxing fans worldwide. Coming into the fight on the back of a 27-fight knockout streak and still yet to lose a round on the judges' scorecard, it's safe to say Vitali was coming into the fight the betting favourite, with his intense preparation, highlighting his focus on honing his strengths and shoring up any potential weaknesses. The weaknesses we speak of, we're still not know as the beast from the East, had still yet to get a chink in his diamond-plated armour. The heavyweight giant was determined to continue his reign of dominance, looking to make light work of the American. Across the pond and fighting out of the mean streets of Detroit, Michigan, Chris Byrd, though smaller in stature for a heavyweight, possessed a unique set of skills. His slick footwork, defensive prowess and boxing IQ had earned him respect in the boxing community. Byrd, boxing for his first title, there would be mixed emotions coming into the fight, earning his way to being the one-place change step contender for the WBO belt, after Razor Ruddock had to pull out last minute, leaving Chris just a week to prepare for the biggest fight of his life. Footage of Byrd's defensive maneuvers and counterpunching demonstrated his ability to navigate the dangerous waters of the heavyweight division, something he would need going up against the hottest new heavyweight in Europe and a quickly rising global star. Chris's approach set the stage for a clash of contrasting styles in Klitschko's back garden of boxing, Berlin. As the fight approached, the build-up took an unconventional turn, with Byrd stepping in last minute, leaving fans and boxing casuals thinking Klitschko's power and size would be too much for the last-minute step in. On the night of the fight, Chris would spend the evening with his family, before a light pad session before walking to the ring with his father carrying a massive United States flag, looking proud to serve his country in Europe. Overwatched by his travelling mother, along with a few American fans. To Byrd's luck, 3 of the 4 ring officials were American, originally brought in for the Klitschko-Ruddock fight. Klitschko would spend the evening business as usual, his younger brother by his side, and a long ring walk followed by the colours of his home country and his championship belt, that he made light work of gaining, knocking out Herbie Hyde in just 2 rounds.
Good luck to both of you. Ready? Ready.
They're so clear that you wonder if somehow Chris Byrd can't get the crowd on his side, if he can befuddle.
The media people, the judges, the photographers, and others at ringside, and virtually nobody looked at Byrd, Larry. Oh, Ibeabuchi in the early rounds, while losing those rounds to Byrd, got to Byrd's body. Klitschko will he go there, or will he stick with his head hunting, firing the jab, trying to come with the right hand?
As he started to try to beat on Byrd anywhere in his body, on his arms, his shoulders, and so on.
Not really firing it. He wants to set up the right hand, and he gets Byrd with the right hand, pins him in the corner, and already Byrd begins to feel the power.
Since he's a southpaw.
A lot of conventional fighters have trouble landing jabs against southpaws.
Vitali starts well, clearly taking control of the fight. Vitali was far more active, but he missed badly with a lot of his power punches that showed his timing was off. Could the American take advantage of the missing persisted, or would the Eastern European find his target and put the fight to bed with a big 1-2 combo?
The size.
It looks as though Byrd is trying to chop down a sequoia with a penknife. Fluid athlete, but he's awfully big and strong.
Rounds. Byrd's feeling was, if he can get into the second half of the fight, Klitschko may tie him.
Klitschko is not, that right hand almost looked like it hurt Byrd. Apparently it didn't.
Klitschko going to the body, and Klitschko tries to do.
Could the American take advantage of the missing persisted, or would the Eastern European find his target and put the fight to bed with a big 1-2 combo? Similar to the first round, the big Eastern European would prove dominance. It was clearly Klitschko's round because of his activity and Byrd's inactivity, but Vitali missed a lot again.
Getting to Byrd's body as round 2 ends. Chris in his corner with his dad, Joe Byrd, and his mother, Rose.
You have to move backward. Punch deeper. That was quite excellent. Go on like that.
As we sat in Klitschko's corner, Vladimir, a heavyweight, you'll see a highlight of him later on tonight. With Byrd was openly confident about his chance to take advantage of this big opportunity. Now he finds himself pinned in the corner again. Klitschko tries to go to work. Right hand trying to punch through the guard. Klitschko's been able to use his overwhelming strength simply to drive punches through the guard. Byrd will try to use his elusiveness to
tire himself out, but Klitschko is fighting a pretty disciplined.
Similar to the first round, the big Eastern European would prove dominance. It was clearly Klitschko's round because of his activity and Byrd's inactivity, but Vitali missed a lot again. But Klitschko had a tendency to start strong and finish even stronger. His punching power would be the key to his success in his previous fights.
Quickly now, let's look ahead to some up.
As he likes to make a big man look stupid, it gives him a rush.
Encouraging for Byrd, who landed 6 out of 17 power punches in the last.
Bothering Chris Byrd. Every time he goes to the ropes, his shoe hits that advertising. It's very typical in Europe.
Has a chance of working out. There's Klitschko trying to fire the right hand right up through the guard, and Byrd tries to retaliate immediately with the left. Come up, want to fight me. It didn't turn out to be the case. He even went so far as to buy an advertisement. Field match in Las Vegas last fall, asking for quality opponents to fight him. But he's having to try to aim those right hands instead of really...
Dominant round for Vitali, his best round in the fight at the offensive end. But his right hand was looking like it had zero effect on Byrd. With the American taking the big shots, well, would Byrd be taking his time and looking to take the champion to depths of the later rounds?
The plan clearly for Byrd. He's got to be offensive enough. He's got to attack enough. Through just 28 punches by CompuBox numbers. He's only averaging 25 per round. He's going to have to step up the punch out.
A sterling performance, unless he ends it with a... You can't say that Vitali Klitschko looks like some unbeaten.
The 27 knockout streak will go away. Hard left. You heard Byrd's dad telling him, you've got to figure him out. Translation, you got to throw more punches. And now Byrd is doing it. And there are a fair number of Byrd rooters in the crowd. David's always going to have some rooters against Goliath.
Also, Russians or former Russians are not the favorite people of Berliners.
Big round for Byrd. He's got himself into the fight with his quick hands, his best round of the fight. Vitali would still lead on all the judges' scorecards, but only 5 rounds in, Byrd would be looking to make upset of the year and steal the championship belt from under the Eastern European nose.
In his direction remains to be seen, but a Byrd rally punctuates the round.
Chris Byrd's father say he can't fight backing up.
While in Klitschko's corner, German just to try to land punches, not to try to land with such overwhelming force. Will do.
Well, Jim, it's like going up against a knuckleball pitcher. You want to hit the ball into the bleachers every time, and that's what
do it. That's what Klitschko's trainer was asking him to do. It's a good thing for Vitali that he's as fluent in German. His brother Vladimir simultaneously speaks to him in Russian. Interesting heavyweight fight in Berlin, Germany, between the towering Vitali Klitschko, streperous Chris Byrd.
The 6th would see a good round for the champion, slowing the pace slightly and looking to take the point of the mid-round if it had need to go to the judges' scorecards. But Byrd would take his chances with his long-range combos and keeping the champ on his toes.
Just might go the distance. Would change Klitschko's bargaining power.
Your punches are too low. Be careful. Look what Byrd is doing. Okay, good.
Fellas, we've told you at the beginning of the evening. Last year, Ross Purity, an American veteran.
The judges, they're calling time for the tape. Gino Rodriguez is going to make him tighten up that tape.
I told you.
See Vitali Klitschko sucking air. His mouth is...
in sports science. We asked him about, well, he's in the laboratory right now to prove it one way or the other.
27 previous fights. Byrd is considerably more familiar. And now Klitschko makes Byrd miss.
The 7th would see a very close round for the fighters. The champion was looking like he was getting tired, but still did enough to take the fight to the challenger. Vitali was going to places he wasn't used to in fights, usually getting fighters out of there in the first few rounds.
You also have to wonder at what point does Klitschko perhaps become frustrated. Dr. Vitali Klitschko, PhD in... One of Byrd's advisors, John Hornauer, came in here tonight, took a look at the small ring and said, well, I guess that's what he's trying to be against one of the biggest punchers in the sport.
He's tentatively, he's not trying to put any hurt, serious hurt on Klitschko.
Klitschko lands with the left hook. His punches now. Rare body shot from Klitschko. More of those, I think, would help him out. Manages to find Byrd's head with a...
The 8th would see a great round for the challenger, fighting like he had a second wind in the fight. The champion would be looking more tired as the rounds went on, a sign the fans wasn't used to seeing. Could the champion keep it together and prove he was the best in the division?
Through the target, because it's too hard to do that with Byrd. He's target and piling up points. If the knockout comes, it comes.
Larry would give him just as much credit for an intelligent, well thought out decision victory over Byrd as for another big knockout.
He's going to have to hope that Klitschko is exhausted and will go down from one of those feather dusters.
His own nationality. Straight right hand lands for Klitschko. And a harder right hand for Klitschko. But Byrd not firing back as Klitschko targets, and now there's the left hand by Byrd. Our translator, Cornelius Winter, telling us now that Klitschko's trainer has said Klitschko's left hand is hurt, and he can't use it to the full extent. Byrd mounts a rally, firing 3 punches in combination.
That was Byrd's best series of punches.
The 9th would see a better round for Vitali as he had more success at the offensive end comparing to the 8th. But still, Chris was clearly the more active fighter of the round, outlanding him in the 8th. But it would seem that the champion wasn't his usual self in the later rounds of the fight.
the left of his arm. Crowd loves what Byrd is doing. Klitschko minding his business in there. Right hand. They've gone 10.
Okay, take it easy, take it easy. Is it hurting? Okay, it's over. We are giving up. It hurts too much.
I can't believe what I just seen.
Vitali Klitschko elects not to go on with his left hand apparently too damaged to continue. Chris Byrd taking a fight on 10 days' notice. Obviously, dropping out of a fight in which he appeared headed toward an easy victory.
Vitali's status as a rising star of the heavyweight division would take a step back that night, but go on to set the standard for the greatest champion of the 2000s era, retiring with one of the best knockout-to-win ratio in boxing history, only going the distance 4 times. Byrd, now shock champion, attempted his first defence a few months later against the WBO's top contender, and Vitali's younger brother Vladimir Klitschko, who avenged his brother's loss with a clear decision victory. And as always, we leave you with one question. Are you an old school fight fan? If so, give the subscribe button a swift right hook. I've been Frank Monroe here at Below the Belt Boxing. Take care.